Hey YouTube, today I am going to talk on how to think critically and improve your overall ability to be open-minded. Keep in mind that although this may sound simple, it is not, and it takes a lot of effort to be truly free from the boundaries that we have placed on our own minds. Before we start the video, my general disclaimer. Please do your own research regarding the authenticity of what I say, and if you have any reasonable questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. In this world, there are two basic types of intelligent thinking. Before we check what are these two types, what is thinking? Thinking is a process that requires cognitive effort than simply relying on an authority or on your intuition. Now, in this world, there are basically two types of intelligent thinking. Number one, critical thinking, and number two, creative thinking. Both of these will help you in your decision making and problem solving. But creative thinking is the more difficult of the two, as it requires you coming up with your own brand new ideas. It is something that many artists, poets, and scientists, etc., have in them, and it is rather difficult to come up with this skill on your own. Critical thinking, however, is something anyone can do. It too will help you in problem solving and decision making. All you have to do is analyze, evaluate, and reason to reach a definitive conclusion upon your particular idea that you are analyzing. The crucial thing to keep in mind when learning to become a critical thinker is that thinking requires cognitive effort, as I mentioned before, and it is a process of active learning and requiring you to have a thorough self-motivation and resolve. Before we look at why critical thinking is important to us, let's consider the textbook definition of critical thinking. So pause the video here and have a quick read, okay? Pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Keeping this in mind, let us look at the importance of critical thinking. For convenience sake, I have divided into three parts: critical thinking in the classroom, in workplace, and in life. So critical thinking in the classroom is important if you want to have peaceful coexistence with your peers, if you want to understand their beliefs and arguments, if you want to form logical premises that support your own beliefs and arguments, and if you want to understand why the particular individuals will form those beliefs and keep faith in those beliefs and arguments that they hold so dear. It is also important in your studies for you to understand what you're learning and to apply that into real life. In workplace, of course, it is very important because it helps you make good business decisions, and it can transform you into a quick learner who can solve problems quickly, think creatively, analyze information quickly, and draw the appropriate conclusions from data and communicate your ideas to others effectively such that you can further your business. And finally, let's look at why critical thinking is important in your personal life. Of course, we all know how many mistakes we have done in our lives, whether it be in a purchase decision or in a relationship decision that we have made and we have regretted later. Critical thinking will help you minimize, if not eradicate, all these mistakes and also form a positive idea and a positive decision on what to do or not to do. Also, secondly, let's look at this quote from Howard Carhane. It says, "Citizens who think for themselves rather than uncritically ingesting what their leaders tell them are absolutely necessary ingredients of a society that is to remain truly free." Basically, what it means is critical thinkers are the crux of a democratic society. Let us not be a herd of people who simply absorb what others tell us. Let us think critically and make a conscious decision regarding what we are told. Critical thinking can help us step back from the prevailing customs and ideologies of our culture and ask, "This is what I have been taught, but is it true?" In short, critical thinking allows us to lead a self-directed, examined life. Thus, since we can now see how important critical thinking is, what is the reason that people make such uncritical and bad decisions in their lifetime? We will see this, the reasons and the barriers to critical thinking in the next video. Until then, please like, share, subscribe. Peace out.